Welcome to CUWFalcons.com and today's pre-NCAA women's golf interview with head coach Jim Ingman and freshman Nina Puch. First, coach, talk about this team, all freshmen, going from the fall coming in. You didn't know really what was going to happen with all freshmen, how they were going to handle the situation, to now in the spring and you're going to the NCAA tournament. How have they progressed throughout this year?
Well, I think in turn they're just smarter golfers. When you look at the scores they came in with as freshmen, that's when I said the first day we're going to win the conference championship if you learn how to play smart golf on the way. And that's one thing they have done, is when they got into trouble is to learn how to get themselves out of trouble without costing more strokes. And as moving on to the NCAA tournament, that's even more important, of knowing where you can gain your strokes and where not to hurt yourself on a golf course. And you know, the experience of the freshmen in this tournament is to go down there and enjoy it. No expectations, no nothing, and that goes from number 1 golfer, number 5 golfer. As freshmen don't have expectations to do well. But freshmen also can sneak up on people, and that's our plan when we're down there. Our plan is to go out there and have fun, and maybe by being relaxed like that, that's the best thing for us, is to go out there and play golf, and whatever happens, happens.
Now, Nina, coming into this year, being a freshman, the number 1 golfer on this team, how have you handled that pressure of being, I guess, in the spotlight all year representing this team?
I've just focused on my game a lot, just let my game do all the talking, and just take a leadership role by just working really hard. I let the spotlight follow me, and I just focus on my game, and if I play well and there's reports about me, that's great. If I don't play well and there's still reports about me, there's nothing you can really do about it. But you just focus on your game and hope for the best.
Now, you've shot the top 7 individual scores on this year's team. You've had several in the 70s. You've won 2-day tournaments, dual meets. But you've also shot in the 90s too. What do you need to do down at the NCAA tournament to consistently shoot the same numbers, whether in the 70s or the low 80s, to try to get to that All-American level?
It's definitely putting for me. There's the phrase, I think it's drive for the green but putt for the gold. And I love hitting the ball far, and that I could definitely drive for some money. I can win a couple bets with longest drive, but when it comes to winning tournaments, it depends on putting. And days I putted well, there's a lot of 1 putts, a lot of up and downs, saving strokes by just making good putts. And days I shoot in the 90s, it's a lot of 3 putts, missing greens, then 3 putting for doubles, triples, just losing extra strokes that are easy to get back.
That's drive for show, putt for dough, because I'm a driver.
There you go.
I make dough, so.
Now, Coach, how do you prepare this team with all freshmen? It's your first year also going down there too. Have you talked to other coaches just what to expect? Because you found out last Friday that you're going to the tournament officially. You had to make flight arrangements, hotels, travel, meal money, all that stuff in a short amount of time. How have you handled that and getting the team ready on such short notice?
Well, one benefit is doing this at the Division I level for NCAA hockey. It's pretty much, that's more complicated. You're talking about bringing a party of 30 in private planes and all the other stuff going into play one weekend on a 4-day trip. But this is an all new territory for me, and I did call Coach Retzloff at Carroll. They are also in the tournament. They've been there the last couple of years. Talked to them about the tournament all the way from minor things that might seem what banquets do you go to, what do the girls wear, to rules, things on the golf course, to how they're going to call this thing, to the experience and what you guys do in your downtime, what you do. And it was nice to talk with them. They're a team that's probably in the same boat as ours. They could surprise people by where they finish, and you never know, they can get a golfer like last year that finished quite high. But I have reached out. I have another chance I could reach out. Middlebury is in the tournament, and their coach is actually the women's hockey coach at Middlebury, so I do know him quite well. So, but more of it, we're just going to go down there and not take things too serious. Just go down there, because in the end of it, you're going to tee the ball off and tee off and play golf. There's nothing different than when we go do that in an hour here for practice. You're putting the ball down, you're teeing off. And then it is what it is after that. It's a tournament. And we kind of laughed on the phone call. I could see a lot of coaches when they were going through all these things going, this is no different than any other tournament we play in. So it's going to be down there, enjoy it, but for the golfers, it's a stepping stone for the future. One, to see what it's like down there, to learn from it, but also it also puts that taste in your mouth as you want to make sure you end up back there down the road.
Now, to let the golf fans know, what is the schedule from today until when you come back?
The schedule's pretty loaded up. We'll practice today. We'll hit the driving range tomorrow. We'll have an optional practice on Friday just because we are playing a lot of golf down there. We'll fly out Saturday morning at 7 a.m. We'll arrive in Destin probably around 2. Saturday is just an easygoing day, a travel day, what they call in the NCAA. Sunday is a walkthrough on the course where you can bring a ball you can't bring your clubs with, and you can roll them on the greens. Then there's a Special Olympics get together that night where they bring a bunch of Special Olympians in, and one golfer from every team works with them. There's a social that evening for all the golfers, men's and women's, out on the beach, kind of a beach party, which will be nice when you have a beach, unlike last year where it was in Indiana. A little different. Everyone's taking full advantage of this situation. Monday's a practice round. The 5 of us will be on the 18th tee, and then you move from tee to tee every 15 minutes. You get to play 1 ball into the hole, 2 from chipping on the in. Then Thursday, we tee off at 7:30 a.m. in the morning, and then flip-flops Wednesday to 12:30 in the afternoon. We'll be playing with Carroll University, which is convenient. We've played with them this year, and Franklin University for our first 2 rounds. And then after that, the tournament is reseeded, and you play Thursday, Friday rounds again. And the way it works, there are team scores, the top 3 teams, and then the top 10 individuals. And like I said, our goal going down there will be to just improve every day. I was looking at our scores, we're not that far off. The course will play, everyone looks at scores, God, they're low, but the NCAA does that on purpose. They want to make sure people score well, so the tournament, the course will play for birdies, it will play score well. For us, I don't know what happens. You look at what happened last year in the tournament, it was pretty cool. Eau Claire's girls showed up and won the thing. She's there as an individual, so for rare time, the defending national champion will be there as an individual. But in turn of how things go, she wasn't player of the year in the WIAC, the stout girl was, and then Nina goes out and beats her last year. So that shows in any given tournament, how you play, you can win it. And that happened last Eau Claire girl. It happened at the WIAC tournament between Stout and Eau Claire, and it happened at the Edgewood tournament we were in. So if you can go out there, just play smart golf and play consistent, you never know what happens. Just because one golfer is golfing 71s the whole year doesn't mean they win the tournament automatically. That's why you play it.
My coach, or Nina, coach has said that 70s has been at the top there. To stay in the 70s is what you want. But you played tournaments 2 days, 1 days this year. This is a 4-day event. What do you have to do to keep your mind in it for 4 days?
Well, I think it's a day-by-day process. You just have to see, the first day, you have to see what the course gives you. And then the second day, you can make your adjustments from the first day. It's always adjusting to it. It's a new round. It's the same course 4 days, but it's actually completely new every single day because it's a different shot, different way to play the hole. If you make a mistake one day, you need to change your mindset. So it's actually constantly changing because you're never going to end up in the same spot. There's different pins, so you're always modifying your game plan, and because you're going to make mistakes, the goal is to figure out what the mistakes are early and then change it the later rounds.
What's your excitement level at, and with your teammates too? I'm assuming you guys have talked about things you want to do, the course and whatnot.
Everyone's so excited for Florida. I think I'm the most nervous out of all of them because they're all kind of focusing on just having a great time in Florida, but when it comes to golf, I don't go, they say go out and have fun, but I just take golf way too seriously, so I'm just super nervous about the tournament, even though I'm going to try and have fun, but I'm going to take it so seriously. All
right, I hope you calm down a little bit out there in the course. Good luck to you and your teammates, same to you, Coach. Stay tuned to CWFalcons.com for update information on the women's golf team as they prepare for the NCAA tournament.
Also, they can keep track on NCAA.com. There'll be live scoring every 3 holes during the tournament, so.